Tyson Fury has been at it again. I will come back. I won't come back. I will come back. I will come back. He's officially announced that he will return to boxing in 2026. Tyson Fury last fought in December 2024 when he was beaten for a second time by Alexander Usyk. But does he mean it this time? Top boxing promoter, the man who looks after Tyson's interests, of course, when it comes to fighting and who he fights, Frank Warren joins us live in the show. Happy New Year, Frank.
Happy New Year to you, Jim and Simon.
Good to speak to you. On you go.
Is he going to come back?
Yeah, sorry, I thought you were going to tell me something. Frank, that basically is my question to you. We've heard it so often from Tyson. What's he saying to you? Is this on?
Well, he's in Thailand at the moment. He's training, and he said that he wants to fight, but this fight will only happen when the terms are agreed for him to fight. And as far as I understand at this moment, that's not been done. So the terms have got to be sorted out, and then I'm quite sure if that is the case, he will do it. And everybody's talking about the fight between him and AJ, and that was originally part of the schedule. I don't know what AJ is going to do. He obviously had that dreadful accident he was involved with, which led to the death of his two friends. Who knows? I mean, I know he's going to even have that conversation with him about fighting at the moment.
Yeah. What would have to be agreed? I mean, Tyson, as only Tyson can do, has been pretty positive about it, Frank. 2026 is the year. Been away for a while, but I'm back now. And as you rightly say, everybody wants to see him in there. Maybe you do as well, Simon, I'm taking it. Fighting AJ, but as Frank rightly says, that's on hold at the moment because of what's going on.
I'm fascinated to see, how Frank keeps all these balls up in the air, because he's got, obviously, you've got Fabio Wardley over here, you've got Daniel Dubois over here, you've got Moses Itauma coming up, you've got Tyson Fury coming back into the mix, and how you keep all of these fighters happy, Frank, because obviously Tyson doesn't want just incidental fights, does he? He wants meaningful fights. He wants to get paid, and he wants to fight significant fighters, doesn't he?
Correct. That's exactly right. Well, that's my job, and hopefully we do that and keep things going and we work for everybody properly. As far as Tyson's concerned, the fact he's been out for it'll be nearly 18 months. He'll probably have a warm-up fight to come back with, and then as I say, the plan was to be an AJ fight, but I don't know whether that'll happen at the moment. I mean, I don't think anybody can, as I say, can even have that conversation with AJ. He's got far more serious other things that are more serious to him on his mind. So we'll just see what happens and how that pan out in the next few weeks or so.
Can you see a situation? I know you can see it, but realistically, where there's a third Fury versus Usyk fight. We've seen Usyk step out from being part of the Riyadh season and seems to want to ply his trade potentially in America. And that may well be because commercial opportunities are going to benefit him more than perhaps the Riyadh money, which is a curious one. Can you see a world where there's a real calling from Usyk's camp to have a third dust up with Tyson?
Well, the thing is with Usyk and his team is that he's got a load of mandatories lined up. He holds 3 belts still. He's vacated one, which is WBO, which Fabio holds now.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to fight Fabio, so that's that. And he's got 3 other mandatories. He's got to make them happen, or he will have to vacate those belts. And in the meantime, he's talking about maybe fighting Deontay Wilder in the States. But he's going to need to fight somebody of note, and if he's going to carry on, he's going to have to work a deal out where he can have an exception for defending his mandatory challenge. And if he does that, then a lot of people have to be satisfied. So it's a bit of a mess. But one thing about him is that if he wants to fight, he's going to have to fight one of our guys, because all our guys are the mandatories.
Or does a belt drop off, another belt drop away from him,
Well,
and we get an opportunity?
But then what happens if that belt drops off? Then the next governing body will say, right, it's our turn now. So that's what will happen. So here, and all we want to do is see him in the ring. If he's going to fight Usyk, I want to see him in the ring. I mean, he's done brilliantly. He's the #1 heavyweight out there. He's done everything that's been asked of him, and I feel that him and Tyson was a really both those fights were great fights. I'd watch one of them again.
2026, Frank, like every year for you guys, certainly at Queensberry, is going to be a big one. It starts early, the 24th of January in Manchester, and your man Moses Itauma, everybody talking about him, up against Jermaine Franklin. I mean, it's a big test for Itauma, but Is this going to be his year? Is he going to rise to the very top and it starts now?
Well, our year actually starts with our first show in Germany this weekend. That's our show with Ajit on Caballero.
Caballero, right.
That's sold out, 13,000 tickets. We sold out in a day and a half. Then, as you just said, Jim, 24th, we've got a really, really good quality fight with Moses against Jermaine Franklin. You know, he's never been stopped. And this is a tough fight for him. And I think this is going to be the fight that will set him up. I hope he comes through. It will set him up this year to challenge for a world title.
What's the better I mean, obviously a win, Frank. I'm not trying to be clever. A win for Moses is expected. But what is the better outcome in this fight? Because if he goes in and blasts Jermaine Franklin out in 1 or 2 rounds, which is perfectly capable of doing, even though it hasn't happened to this fella before against AJ or against Dillian Whyte, as the most recent British fighters to have fought him. But what do you want from him? Do you want him to get rounds, or do you want him to deal with Franklin as quickly as possible? Because then you're going to be starting to be in the territory of really not being able to hold him back.
I think the thing is with it, Simon, is, you know, people say to you, you want to get rounds under your belt. You put him in with fighters that you feel he will get rounds out of. And that's the feeling with Jermaine. As I say, he's never been stopped. He's done 12 rounds. He went the distance with AJ, I think it was 4 years ago. That's a good AJ 4 years ago. Same thing with Dillian Whyte. And a lot of people thought he actually nicked that fight. He won that fight. So this is a tough opponent for him. If he blasts him out in 1 or 2 rounds, I haven't got a problem with that. You know, you don't get paid overtime in boxing. You catch them, they go, and that's it. And he's he's capable of doing that, and that's why he's so exciting, and that's why people are buying into him. You know, it's a great showing in Manchester. We've got seven fights on it. It's another magnificent 7 show. It's nigh on sold out, and I feel that, you know, if Moses comes through this fight, I think he sets himself up for fighting for a world title, as I said earlier, before the end of the year, maybe even becoming the youngest Brit to ever win a world title.
It certainly looks like a great show, Frank. Itauma Franklin. On the undercard to that, Willie Hutchinson and Ezra Taylor. Before I get your take on that, the two of them were in here not that long ago, Frank. It got a bit interesting. Have a listen.
Like he's saying, I deserve this. Whatever do you deserve? What? Please explain.
Look, he said to me, yeah,
he deserves bigger. He had a life and death for that man till he
hang on, he'll explain.
To the middleweight.
He said, I was where you were 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So why are we here now? That means that you failed in your career, that you're fighting someone like myself. You should be ahead.
No, it's just no one else will take it.
I'm not fighting someone like Willie Hutchinson. 7 years from now, I'm not fighting you.
He said it yesterday, right?
I promise.
And this is the truth. And you did. He said it yesterday. And it was like, if I win or lose, it doesn't really matter. It's a great opportunity, like he said.
No one said that. You've never heard me say that.
Frank, I hope they fight as well as they can talk. I mean, it got interesting.
It's a great fight. You know, they're great fights on the card. And Ezra and Willie, I promise that will deliver. You will love that fight. It will deliver. Some really good matches on the card, and that's certainly one of the standout fights on there. And the winner of that, I think, will be in a position where maybe he'll get a shot at the world title as well this year. So it's an exciting show. And then I think was it the 7th of February? We're up in Liverpool. We got Nick Ball in with Brandon Figueroa. That's a cracker of a fight. That's a real tough fight. And we just announced a great show for Dublin. We've got Anto Kakashi in with Jazza Dickens for the title, and a really good fight between Pierce O'Leary and Mark Chamberlain, you know, which will get the winner of that will go into a #1 spot. So brilliant, you know, absolutely brilliant start.
Yeah, you've got your hands full. That is for sure. In the time we've got left, Frank, what are your plans for Fabio Wardley and Daniel Dubois?
Well, we'll be announcing a couple more shows in the next 2 weeks, one this week and another 2 next week. One will be featuring Fabio, one will be featuring Daniel Dubois, and then we've got Lawrence Okolie and a couple of the other guys, Chisora, so quite a few fights to announce. So it's busy time for us. We're delivering some cracking shows for the fans.
There has been talk about Wardley fighting Dubois. Is that going to happen?
I don't know. I mean, you know, we're talking at the moment to both sides, and that's not something has been. I mean, I love that fight. I think it's a cracking fight between the two of them. Two big punchers. That'd be exciting.
Frank, you're looking well. Arsenal Liverpool Thursday. What do you think?
Well, we've got to keep doing what we're doing. We don't want to fall over now. We're 6 points clear. The other teams have not been doing it well, but I think getting, you know, with Rice coming back last week, who's I think is the I think he's the best player in the Premiership. What he delivers to a team, he's a brilliant player. And getting Gabriel back, providing we've got some fit guys are fit, I think we're going to be a hard. It's for us to lose now. It's for us to lose.
I'm glad you said that. Not many people say that, but you did. Frank, thank you for that. Frank Warren with us this lunchtime. A lot of big fights ahead, Simon. When Frank starts reeling them off like that, you think, wow.
He's got a lot of the big fighters, isn't he? He's got a lot of the fighters in the heavyweight division. I mean, Queensbury and George and Frank, I think, are the best promoters around. I think the Hollywood scenario goes with Matchroom because of the scale of the other businesses they've got involved in, too, darts and snooker and boxing. But I think that's the best promoter. Look at the fact that the Saudis' door was opened. I ridiculed it back in the day when he fought Ngannou, but look what it opened up.
Oh yeah,
and look at the fighters. Look at the heavyweight division. Look who's got them all.
Yeah,
Frank and George.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.